Welcome to Claiming Space, the podcast. I'm Gail Austin, an advocate for caregivers, a dreamer, an iPhone photographer, and a self-confessed museum lover. Oh, and I'm the mother of 2 adult children, one who is disabled, and I am her caregiver. As a caregiver, it took me some time to learn how to carve out space for me and to be okay with claiming my space. But once I did, this simple step allowed me to stay fueled, fulfilled, and replenished. Each week, I will share my stories, my journey, and ways I stay inspired as a caregiver. Join me for shared stories, connections, special guests, and inspiration. Club Gigi is a vibe, an experience, a memory, a movement, and a joy generator. Yes, I have to confess, I sing in my car, and sometimes I dance in my car or really move in my car. Don't judge. And I used to make mixtapes when mixtapes were a thing, and now I make playlists. I've converted my favorite music that started out on a cassette, yes, I'm dating myself, into CDs, and many of them I now have digital copies. And when the mood hits me, which it does all the time, I make a new playlist. In episode 8, let's explore a few of my playlists and the artists that bring me joy. Welcome to Club Gigi. Music, it gets under my skin. It mows me and makes me want to have my own club. That's right, really, a club. A moody, swanky jazz club with velvet lounge chairs and dimly lit bar with a retro bartender and a bouncer. A place where cool cats can get a drink, sing a song, and dance to a 70s tune. Wait a minute. Jazz, 70s, disco, 2 different things. But they are the same in my mind. A 70s tune that I actually danced to when I was a teen. Oh, wait. I do have a club, Club Gigi. Minus the physical space. But the physical space would be cool, too. Music gets me through the highs and the lows. It brings joy in my heart and brings back all types of wonderful, fun memories. Like many people, I have tons of playlists on my phone. Well, maybe I have more than most people, but I have lots of them. When I'm feeling a kind of way, it's time to make a new playlist. And of course, they have expressive names like Affirmations, Everything Old is New Again, and Kicking It Old School. And sometimes they're just names of the artist because I'm compiling lots of their music. Like Affirmations, for example, is a curated list of music speaking to me on a thoughtful level. Method in the Music are all the Music Soul Child albums I own, because all of his music is great, beginning to end. And Stevie the One are some of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs. And in my car, whichever playlist I'm playing is on repeat. And sometimes I put them away and then I revisit the playlist and I will say out loud to myself, why did I put that song on that playlist? And then I remove it. So I'm always shuffling those playlists around. I've created playlists based on the songs that I love from movie soundtracks. There's my Neo Soul playlist, of course, featuring my girl, Jill Scott from Philly, and lots of jazz. And of course, Basha. There's a Basha everything. If you don't know who Basha is, go find her. Basha is the end-all, be-all in my music world for singing. My children, especially my daughter, loves her music. You want Ty to smile? Put on some Basha. This is this Polish singer who does bossa nova, and it works and it's beautiful. And of course, I have my classics from when I was a teenager, like Earth, Wind and Fire, the Isley Brothers, and Minnie Riperton. But before I go deeper with all the music in Club Gigi, because Club Gigi is a club and a playlist, I want to mention one particular artist that I love and adore, and her name is Esperanza Spalding. She is categorized as jazz, but her music is jazz and so much more. So I'm mentioning her briefly here. I will talk about her more a little later in this story. I created the Club Gigi playlist after I randomly heard My Forbidden Lover from Chic just playing somewhere. And all the fun I had from the 20s came flooding back. My dance glory days. Back when I used to dance a lot and win dance contests. Yes, I did. I totally reconnected with this song. And then I started going down a 70s rabbit hole, locating my favorite songs from my teens and 20s. Club Gigi has 32 songs and over 2 hours and 30 minutes of a groove. I will not cover each song, just the ones that embody a little bit of the soul of Club Gigi and the Club Gigi vibe. And starting with Ronnie Laws, Always There. I recently learned he wrote that classic when he was in his early 20s, and my mind was blown. Such a mature song. I thought it was someone who had been in the jazz game for longer. But my absolutely favorite song on the playlist, well, there's more than one, but this is the one that gets me moving, is not a song from the 70s or the 80s, but the 90s. This is a dance song that you will groove in the car. It's Gypsy Woman by Crystal Waters. That's the song that you will always get up and dance to. Club Gigi, the vibe includes Chaka Khan, of course, Soul to Soul. There's some George Michael sprinkled in, Luther Vandross, and of course, Casey and the Sunshine Band. Like it's a club mix, guys, from my childhood. Oh, and there is the Ohio Players in there. And that always reminds me of having a little cassette at school, cassette player, and walking through the halls of high school. But Club Gigi could not be what it is without the final song, and that is California Love by Tupac. Come on, like really? That is California personified. That's a California vibe personified. To celebrate turning 60, I created another playlist called Gigi Vibes at 60, of course. And the first track is Michael's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And of course, by Michael, you know I mean Michael Jackson or MJ, right? I know I haven't mentioned him yet, but he's in a lot of my playlists too. And it ends again with Tupac and California Love. I travel a lot of different areas and genres and that Gigi Vibes at 61. And the California Love by Tupac shows up in a lot of my playlists. I have also curated several Michael Jackson exclusive playlists, and of course, my Heart to Prince playlist. And when I think about them, it makes me sad and joyful at the same time, because they're all gone too soon. Michael, Prince, Whitney, Luther, Natalie Cole. I miss them all. And I know we have their music, but I miss their energy. And my favorite Prince song, The Beautiful Ones. I know you didn't see that coming. Every time I hear it, just. And my favorite Michael Jackson song, I Can't Help It. Okay? And there's so many good ones, but that's my favorite. So I have my playlists, which are very, very important. They get me through the day, they get me through the week, they get me through the month. And I also love experiencing live music. The live music experience truly, truly feeds my soul. I went to my very first concert that I can recall at 17 and saw Heatwave opening for Chaka Khan at the Valley Forge Music Fair. Now, if you're from the Philadelphia area, this is a legendary music venue that started out as a large tent and sadly is no longer standing. They converted to a building and then they tore down the building in the late 90s. I mean, I saw Heatwave with Chaka Khan. My mom saw like Frank Sinatra there or something. So all types of music was performed there. So that was me at 17. Life happened. I went in the military. Things happened. And I really didn't make an effort to listen to live music again until I was like in my mid-30s. And that's when I saw Basha live at the Greek Amphitheater. And I know all of Basha's music, all of her lyrics. I mean, when I hear it, I can sing it. and I saw Prince at the Universal Theater, the theater at Universal Studios. When I saw Prince, I was very emotional, and I was surprised that I was so emotional. And it was the first time I truly understood why people cry when they hear their favorite artist. I was in tears when he sang Damn You. I just didn't know it was coming over me. Tears would just run down my face. So that feeling, that connection that happens with the live music, it's real. It's real. I've seen Basha live twice. The second time was at the San Juan Capistrano Coach House in 2018, and it's pre-pandemic. And yes, I sang along again because I had all the lyrics to all their music. And the format we ran were long communal tables where people sat together. So I was trying to sing but not disrupt the other people there to enjoy her music. They were rather surprised that I knew all of her music. But hey, I've been singing Basha for over 30 years now at this point. Over the years, I've enjoyed jazz in several locations throughout LA spots, whether it's at a bar restaurant at the top of a hotel or a little side area like the Catalina Jazz Club. I've been to different outdoor concerts, all types of smaller venues. What I love about the smaller venues is that it's more intimate. You're a little closer to the artist. The music fills you up. It's almost like it's encircling you and lifting you up. And so that's why I really prefer a smaller venue when listening to live music. It's closer to you, right? It gets into your soul a little deeper. So as I mentioned earlier, I mentioned Esperanza Spalding, and I want to share an Esperanza Spalding moment. I've actually was first introduced to her by my niece after her first album. And I've actually seen her live. I think it's 3 times. It might be 4 times. I don't know. I try to go as much as I can. Um, what was really fascinating about her is in 2017, she wanted to do an experiment where she wanted to create an album, streaming the whole process on TV straight, 77 hours, no breaks. She was going to create this album with a group of musicians, very talented people. And she streamed it live and was streaming live on TV, over the internet on Facebook. And I watched it. If I wasn't at work, I was home watching that. I was checking in, tuning in to see where she was. It was phenomenal because she not only created the music then and there, she refined the music, got it final, and the final cut at the 77th hour was the music that she converted into an album format. It was just the most inspirational, creative moment I had experienced at that point in my life. It was just wild. And after she ended it got to the 77th hour, those of us who were local were all going to go to the studio and bring her flowers and do this big thing. And I live in in Orange County, and she was up on the other side of LA, and I couldn't get there in time, but I did watch the folks, they actually streamed going to see her. So it was just a thing, it was just a whole moment. What's so cool about Esperanza is her creativity is off the charts. She plays the bass. She's a jazz bassist who plays the bass. She's a composer, and she is the most phenomenal singer. She has a pitch perfect voice. And yes, she is a jazz artist. And she's always experimenting with all types of music and having all types of creative relationships with icons from different generations and genres and bringing them all together and creating these magical moments with music. And she embraces all of this. And this is why I love her so much. She's open to, as she calls it, the life force. Lately, I've been on repeat with an album called Black Radio 3. Now, Esperanza Spalding, who I adore, the reason I know about Black Radio 3 is because there was a song she was on, and I heard that song, and I got very, in my feels about it, and I was playing it a lot. I said, let me listen to this whole album. So Black Radio 3 is crafted and produced by Robert Glasper, and there are all these cool, crazy collaborations on this album. And as I mentioned, Esperantis is part of this. Music Soul Child's part of it. Common is on here. Like just a lot of great people. Uh, what I love about Robert Glasper is that he has that Quincy Jones collaboration vibe, like Quincy from the 80s and the 90s. He's doing that kind of work. So it's pretty cool. And I highly, highly recommend checking out this musical experience. So I shared a lot with you about Club Gigi and Gigi Vibes at 60, my love of playlist and of music. And as someone who is, always out there kind of being in that caregiver mode, music is one of those things that keeps my spirits up and keeps me refreshed and keeps me having energy. And so that's one of my things that keeps me going. I would like to hope that I'm sharing things that will help people keep them inspired. I want to wrap my music share with this thought. The world is full of noise and chaos. Music can mute the noise, can tamp it down, and you can take the music to fill yourself up or slow yourself down or be joyful and dance. Because that's the thing about music. It can make you happy. It can make you smile. It makes you dance. It can also make you contemplative, or you could just chill. It does all these wonderful things. And whatever your musical choice is, embrace it and treasure it. I'm always playing music in my car. So if you see me and I look like I'm singing in the car, I probably am. I sing in my car, I dance in my living room, and sometimes I've been known to sing in a grocery store when a good song comes on, or I'm carrying over a song that I was playing in the car and still in my head. This has happened on many occasions. Music is my joy generator, and we all could use something to keep us joyful. Music is my something. What's yours? Club Gigi. It's a groove, it's a movement, and it's a vibe. Thank you for listening to this episode, and please share this link with your friends. Rate the podcast and follow me on Instagram and soon on Patreon. The Claiming Space movement is here to support and provide a safe community where caregivers are acknowledged and seen. Enjoy the rest of your day.